Hello everyone, welcome to the Albert and Billy show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and also BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to get on there and subscribe to BTC Fiber. We're getting ever so painfully close to that magic 1,000 number. I think it's 900 and something. So we're getting close, so subscribe to BTC Fiber for us if you don't care. We greatly appreciate that. You can see every episode of the Albert and Billy show on there, as well as other original BTC Fiber shows, like Hometown History with Daryl. You got Valley Views, Ed Brown, Constance show, Main Street with Constance, and a bunch of others. And if I did forget somebody, it wasn't intentional. But there's several original BTC Fiber shows. You can check them all out on the YouTube channel. And how you doing today, Papa? Fire to Midland?
No, I'm not even up to that part.
That's the first time I ever heard that expression, Daryl. It's when he said that years ago, fire to Midland.
That's all.
And I remember being like, what? What in the world does that mean?
That is a grade of cotton.
The grade of cotton. Well, that cleared it right up
That's
for me,
true.
folks.
I asked Brother Inman one time how he was doing. He said, I'm doing pretty.
Doing pretty. It's
like
pretty
Gary
good.
Inman up there.
That's pretty good.
I mean, not Gary, his daddy.
That's pretty
his
funny.
daddy, wasn't he Gary too? Gary Jr. maybe? I don't know. I don't think that's
no.
right. I don't think Mr. Inman's name was Gary.
Well, I know that's funny what he said.
He's a sweet man.
Well, it's a pretty day here in downtown Pikeville, folks. A little hot and muggy this time of year it is, unfortunately. But at least it's not raining today, Papa.
No, it's
Next
not
week it's going to be hot.
Oh, great.
Hotter.
95,
Oh,
96.
man.
Whoa.
I think there might be even
That's a bummer.
98 in there.
Dang. I'm going to, well,
That's
Mama,
summertime in
I'll be
Tennessee.
down at the house swimming next week then.
Welcome to East Tennessee, right?
That's right. If you're going to be outside next week, you better be in some water, is all I can say. Well, we got some announcements as always, but we also got some birthdays that were this week and some are today. So we want to be sure to wish these fallen people a happy birthday. First off, we got yesterday, Miss Billy Mills had a birthday. Even Miss Billy Mills won a rook tournament one time, Papa. When Cliff had the rook tournaments here at Nickel
Boy,
Row.
don't you know Karen would have enjoyed that?
Oh yeah, and Nanny would have won a few. She was good.
She was good.
She's a real good card player now. And me and Miss Billy Mills, we had never played together. We had to draw numbers, so we'd never played.
Pair off.
Yeah, we'd never played together before. Well, shoot, we cleaned house. We didn't lose a time. So happy birthday, Miss Billy. Hope you had a great one. Also, yesterday was Kathy Stanifer's birthday. So hope you had a great birthday, Miss Kathy. She is a teacher out at Wheeler Elementary School. And today, I want to wish a happy birthday to Stephanie Franklin, which is Stephanie Sapp, as I knew her in high school. She'd be Dr. Sapp's sister. Happy birthday, Stephanie. And also happy birthday today to Jessie Ray. Happy birthday, Jessie. Tomorrow, we'll go ahead and say tomorrow's. We've got 3 birthdays tomorrow. First off, happy birthday to Mr. Roy Pankey. Happy birthday to Mindy Smith, my stepsister. Happy birthday, Mindy. Happy birthday to Cindy Powell, Cindy Swafford in school. I remember her as well. So happy birthday to Roy, Mindy, and Cindy for tomorrow. And Stephanie and Jessie today. And then one day belated happy birthday to Miss Billy Mills and Miss Kathy Stanifer. Hope all you guys had and are having a great birthday. That was, wasn't it? So happy birthday. And as usual, I've got a bunch of announcements, and Papa's got about 1 or 2.
2, if you want to be exact.
I think his is better. I think his is better than yours.
They probably,
They got food involved.
That's always better.
That's always better.
Actually, I think I've got one food involved
Okay.
too, though. I do believe it's tomorrow, June 11th, correct?
June 11th is tomorrow.
Well, then we have one tomorrow, and it's the big country breakfast at the Veterans Hall. Can't forget about them. That is tomorrow, folks. It'll be from 7 to 10 a.m. They'll have biscuits and gravy, ham, sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, hash browns, tomatoes, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. And for a donation, they ask you to leave a donation because it's obviously for a good cause. And it goes towards their maintenance fund. This breakfast is sponsored by Michael Walker, who is the incumbent candidate for circuit court clerk. And he'll be a guest on our show in the following months, as well as his opponent, Matt Covard. We'll have both of them on here as guests soon. We got a few coming. We have Jeff Harmon is going to be a guest soon, possibly as early as next week. Mr. Jeff Harmon will be our guest. Got an email about that. And also, I think Courtney Lynch. I think
I saw her
Courtney.
picture in the paper.
Yes, and I believe she's on the new episode of Valley Views this week. Also, she reached out to me, so we'll have her on here as well. And a big one, of course, I told y'all last week. I can't remember the exact date. I want to say the 24th or the first weekend in July, first Friday in July. We'll be filming at Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures.
Oh.
So I'm ready for that. We've been wanting to do that. I got that set
Where's
up.
that at?
It is up
About
the
3
valley.
miles
Coast.
up the valley.
Yes, and you'll love it. It's nice. I can't wait. We're gonna have a good time
It's
with
right
that
on
one.
Sequatchie River.
Yeah.
That's a pretty place.
It is, and it's weather related. Is what it is. Like we plan on the 24th. I believe it's the 24th on a Friday. When did I do that?
Yeah, today's the 10th. 17th,
Okay.
24th.
So the 24th is the original plan, but if, obviously weather could mess that up, and if it does, then we're going to do it the following Friday. So stay tuned for that, though. If you've not seen Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures, you're going to want to watch that episode, and we'll have a good time filming that one. Also, let's see here. We got a few. See, I also want to remind you. Celebrate Recovery at Cold Springs. You can come join them every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. It is for anyone with a hurt, hang-up, or habit. For more information, you can call Harley Dewey's, and the following numbers obviously are 423 area code. Harley's number is 322-7761, and you can call Matt Lockhart, the preacher, at 252-4758. And also, Democrats, Buttsville County Democrat Party. You are going to be having a meeting on Tuesday, June the 21st. The Buttsville County Democrat Party will be meeting at 6 p.m. at the new City Hall. Close to you, your neck of the woods, Pawpaw. All interested Democrats are encouraged to attend. Once again, that's Tuesday, June 21st at 6 p.m. And let's see, tomorrow, so we've got a lot of things going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's also a big golf tournament, Pawpaw. It's the Canaan Boring Memorial Golf
at Fall Creek
Tournament.
Falls.
Yeah. It's the 4-man select shot Canaan Boring Memorial Golf Tournament will be held at Fall Creek Falls State Park tomorrow. Prizes will be awarded for the longest drive and closest to the pin. The entry fee will be $250 per team, with proceeds benefiting the scholarship fund, which is in Canaan's name. Arrive at 7 a.m. and tee off at 7:30 a.m. Now, if you have any questions, just call Charlie Boring at 447-9174 or Robbie Boring at 615-351-0373. All donations and whole sponsorships are appreciated. Okay, I think that's got that one. Of course, we still have the save the date. We'll say that again. Don't forget, save the date. October 1st is the big fall festival, and it's going to be on October the 1st this year. But they want us to talk about this because they're wanting some vendors. Vendors are needed. So you'll make you some money if you're a vendor at that. I promise you. You'll want to be a vendor at the Fall Festival. That will be October the 1st. So save the date, folks, on that. And then I think that I should have known. Hang on. I might have jumped the gun here a little bit. No, I think I did get all mine, Pawpaw.
I believe you did.
Good job. Go, Billy. Your turn, Pawpaw.
Go Vols.
There you go.
Got his Vols shirt on.
Oh, he does, yeah.
My pastor noted that today.
Did he?
And so
I like
Daryl.
it. I like
So
it.
Daryl, this event that I'm going to announce happens in about another hour and 22 minutes.
Does it?
It's the Bledsoe County Senior Citizen Center down here on Fraser Street is having a drive to raise money, and it's just a fundraiser for the center. But what they're going to be doing tonight, this afternoon, from 4 o'clock until 6, they're going to have a luau.
Cool, I like that.
And you don't have to drive to Hawaii or
Good
float
thing.
to Hawaii.
Or fly.
Now that's another option I had not thought of.
Gee, I wonder why.
There's going to be door prizes. There's going to be games. They're going to have a luau, and it's going to be fun, but there's going to be food involved.
And it's Hawaiian.
They will have a chicken fundraiser supper.
Hawaiian chicken, folks.
Hawaiian chicken. That's
The
right.
cost is $10 per plate.
Wow.
And
For
I
good
don't
cause.
I don't know who's sponsoring it. It says thank you to our sponsors, but there's none of them
It
listed.
doesn't. Oh, wait. Here they are. Los Ponchos, The Butter Dish, Gene Russell, Dollar Days Ben Store, Sales Building Supply, Pizza King, and Ember's Ice Cream Shop.
Wow.
Well, how about that?
Big list.
We have to work together, don't we?
I know it. Now, the Hawaiian
Oh,
chicken will be
yeah.
good, Pawpaw, in my opinion, because of the
Hawaiian
pineapples.
chicken. I love pineapple.
love the pineapples
I love
with
pineapple. And you know, I like to skin a pineapple.
it. Do you?
I like to cut them.
Really? I like to eat them.
And then I like to cut that core out of the center because I don't like to eat it.
No, right? I don't blame you on that
There's
one.
going to be a country breakfast at the Mount Crest Fire Hall next Saturday, the 18th.
All right.
It's going to be from 6 until 10, and the cost for this meal is $7. Here's what you will be indulging in while you're there for 4 hours. Bacon, sausage, eggs, hash brown, biscuits, and gravy, and jelly to go with a buttered biscuit, because they're going to have butter and coffee and milk.
Homemade jelly, Michelle Collier.
Homemade jelly. And the fire department is the one
It is.
the fire department is the one that benefits from this
Absolutely.
benefit they're having.
That's
tomorrow?
That's a
No,
good way
that's
to
next
put
Saturday.
That one's
Next
next
Saturday.
Saturday. The Veterans is tomorrow.
The 18th.
And like Papa said, it's always for a good
That's
cause.
the one to write down right there, because those folks, they put on those.
They
They
put on
do.
those.
And they get a lot of takeout orders.
They
People that
do.
live out there on that mountain, they call in and get 4 or 5 meals.
Yeah, they do. Don't they?
Yeah.
It's smart. That's
They-
very,
they
very
feed the whole
I
smart.
seen
family.
Papa brought you a prize.
Did he?
He brought you a prize today.
Well, I'm surprised. I am surprised. Oh, I see that. The drawing. Yeah.
You told me to bring one of my Charlie Brown drawings.
I did.
And this is Lucy.
That one of the greatest characters on there. Obviously, she was funny.
The Charlie Brown Christmas that was filmed in 1965. The girl that was the voice of Lucy was 10.
No way.
10 years old in
Okay.
1965. That's been a long time ago.
Mhm.
Since then, she has reverted to writing children's storybooks
Cool.
for educational purposes.
Wow.
Children learn more by being able to observe a picture rather than reading words.
That's true. That's absolutely
And wise
true.
is the teacher that takes children out on a tour of the Sequatchie River or whatever
That's
they're
right.
studying.
They should do that.
Hands-on is much better
Yes.
than mouth-wise.
I
I'll
agree
get a-
100%. Let him
Daryl was going to
get
put
a close-up view on there. Yeah.
That's Lucy with her new ball glove.
We're gonna hang that in the radio station.
Yeah, we will, and we'll have him bring some more. And see, I always say Papa should get in the greeting card
That's awesome.
business because he makes really good greeting cards. Like he really does.
I sent one to Miss last Friday when I was here. Miss Frida had
Yes,
had brought me a
yes.
dozen jars.
I noticed that.
So I sent her. I called her and got her telephone number. I got her telephone number and I got her address. I sent her one of my cards
Cool.
that I
She'll
drew
be tickled to death.
to thank her.
She will like that, and maybe y'all can help me talk him into getting in the greeting card
And-
business. I've been trying for years.
We will enjoy what he's going to put in those jars too.
Exactly, exactly. Some squash relish.
Squash relish.
My pastor told me yesterday not to buy any squash. He said, "We'll give you squash out of our garden."
Oh, there you go. All right.
Give
So
me squash?
I brought
That's
you
how
my
much they
jars
like
back
it.
about a month ago or so, and I told you I still have a jar of it in the cupboard. It's half gone. It's in the refrigerator now, and I love it on hot dogs.
That's
It's just
yes.
really good.
That's
with
where
hot
it's
dogs.
excellent.
Man.
Eddie Albert liked it on hot dogs.
It's good
Hot dogs
on.
and a little bit of mustard.
Oh,
Oh man, it's good stuff.
man,
I'll
that
have to
is.
bring
Sweet and sour, and the the
Yeah.
salt. And oh,
Don't you
man.
think it's just right?
It's just right.
It really
It
is.
can't be any better.
I agree. I agree.
really
He
can't.
can make dang good squash relish and dang good homemade brownies.
You know,
folks.
there's not many ways I don't like squash. I like
Really?
it fried.
I
I like
love
it in
fried
bread. I
squash.
mean, every
I
bit.
love
Do you?
I do.
I don't like fried squash for whatever reason, but I love
You like fried
squash
okra?
relish. Yeah.
Well,
like fried
same
okra.
thing.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
Well, I didn't say it made sense. You know, I just said I don't.
What about green tomatoes? You like fried green tomatoes?
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
seen where the butter dish has got a green tomato bacon sandwich.
Really?
Ooh, I'd
And
like
they need to,
try
whoever's
that.
listening out there, need to go and say, "Hey, I heard about it on the Albert and Billy show."
Yeah,
Y'all got
do
it.
that.
I'm gonna go up there Sunday.
Green tomatoes,
Well, butter dish.
BLD.
Watch out, here we
BLT.
come.
That sounds amazing,
That
don't it?
really does.
I like fried green tomatoes.
Oh, I do too.
We went to where they made that movie, Green Tomatoes.
fried green
Really?
tomato. That's a
Fried
good
green
movie.
tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's a
We
good
Carol and I
movie.
went
That's a
there.
crazy movie.
It is,
That's
isn't
a
it?
crazy movie.
I like it. I like it. Let's see. I think that one done got underway. So we got through our announcements pretty smoothly, didn't we,
We did.
Papa?
Thanks to you.
Well, now it is trivia time, folks.
I just happened to have some.
I figured you would.
All right. These are all this trivia has to do with Charlie Brown.
Wow. Then I'm going to
Now-
need my lifeline big time.
What was Charlie Brown's position on the baseball team?
Shortstop. Hind catcher. Pitcher.
Pitcher.
I knew that'd be something. I was just going to keep on guessing.
Number 2.
I was thinking like third base. Somebody, well, I'm not going to say that. Some
Marcy.
third baseman not get mad at me,
I
but
know.
The character Marcy always refers to someone as sir. Who is she having reference to when she uses the term sir? And it's a girl. It's a female. Who else?
Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty.
Oh, thank you. I told you I'm going to need
There's
you on
a
this
thing.
one. I'm not a Charlie Brown expert. I mean, I've seen it, but I'm not no expert on it by no means.
Well,
Oh.
the Charlie Brown format, Mr. Schultz died.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm surprised that it's still alive the way it is.
I guess his family's keeping it going.
It's timeless.
It is.
timeless. It is timeless. I'll agree.
You know,
with
the Christmas show they pulled off the air several years ago because
Yeah.
of the Jesus reference. But
Well, the thing about it, anything that becomes a classic has a Christmas
They're gonna
Carol.
find it.
A Christmas
You can look it
Carol.
up and find it.
That was written
Absolutely.
in the 1700s or 1800s,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
yet
that's very true.
it's been produced and reproduced over the years.
And that's
And
your favorite one.
there's Tiny Tim from the character.
That's
Oh,
from
yeah.
1843, I believe.
1843.
Wow.
I drew that about that same time.
It's a really good version of Tiny Tim too.
It is, isn't it?
In what state is the comic strip set? One of the 50 states.
Gee,
Yeah.
wow. Way to narrow it down, Papa.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I don't
would have
know-
never
I don't know
dreamed it.
why.
I was thinking like Ohio. Or,
I was gonna say give us multiple choice.
I was trying to think of somewhere where they grow pumpkins.
Pumpkin
That's the
patch.
first thing I thought of. Bledsoe
Number 4.
County.
There you go.
Who was Schroeder is the one that plays the piano. He's always sitting at that little piano.
Mm-hmm.
Who was his favorite composer? You should know this one. Think of the famous composers. You got Mozart and Wagner and Chopin,
Mozart. I'll say
Bach.
Beethoven.
that. Beethoven. That's
It's
it.
Beethoven.
There we go.
I gave you a multiple choice there.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Now-
desperately needed it.
Lucy has a psychiatric help stand. How much does she charge for her services at that psychiatric help stand?
Do not.
5 cents.
Is it
5
a nickel?
cents.
All right. That's
I got some help there a couple times. I
That's
remember
some
5
cheap
cents.
therapy.
I bet she doesn't have a lot of customers.
Sometimes we need just a good
5
firm
cents?
woman to jerk us and say, hey, look, you're doing this.
Yeah.
You need to straighten it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need a good woman to do that to us.
I'd say at 5 cents, Papa. She's got a lot of customers. That's dirt cheap.
But I don't think you'd get much professional help
No,
for
you
it.
would not. You would not. No.
It cost me $35 to go to a specialist.
But that wasn't even a mental specialist.
No.
What Christmas carol do the Peanuts characters hum and sing at the end of A Charlie Brown Christmas? Now here's your 4 choices. Silent Night,
It's that one.
Away in a Manger, O Little Town of Bethlehem, or Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Oh, man. Is it Silent Night?
Is it?
Is
Hark
it
the Herald?
Silent Night?
Hark the Herald Angels
That's just
Sing.
what I was
It
thinking,
is?
yeah.
Okay.
Hark the Herald Angels
They
Sing.
sing
Yeah, I
that at
can't
the end
remember.
of it? Okay. Dang it.
That's a tough one.
It is. Like I said, I've seen Charlie Brown, but I'm no expert on it by far. It's been a while.
The favorite character that I draw out of all the characters, and I've got some scenes of all of them
I
together.
remember my favorite character on there was Snoopy.
Snoopy is the one I'd rather draw than any of them.
Yeah. I can't believe there's no Snoopy questions on there.
The girl that came yesterday, the woman that came yesterday to give me the home health treatments, I had this one lying out on the counter to bring up here.
Yeah.
And she saw it and she said, "Where did you get that picture?" I said, "I drew it." And she said, "You drew that picture?" I said, "Yes, I did." And then I had another one. I had a card laying there I was going to send Mrs. Platt.
There's
And,
some greeting cards again.
And she said, "Well, did you draw that one too?" I said, "Yes, I drew that one too." It was of the little angel. I
See?
think.
So is this a copy of your drawing, or is this the actual drawing?
I take them and have them reproduced so I can give them away.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them
And
away.
see, when I draw a picture, I can't color it because it smears.
Sure.
I go have them reproduced and then I can color them.
Yeah. And you
Doesn't
can
smear.
sell them away. I used to
Give
do the
them
same
away.
way with blueprints. Go and do a main drawing and then add the stuff. So that's a smart way of doing stuff.
Yeah.
To be able
It
to add
is.
things or take away or whatever.
But then I
True.
showed her Snoopy and Woodstock. They're going camping. And Snoopy looks down at Woodstock and said, "Do you like hiking?" That little bird would keep trying to keep up with that dog. But I thought about bringing that one up here instead of that one.
Oh, well, you might just bring out one next week.
I'll just
And
go
a
ahead and
few
buy 2
more.
frames.
Exactly.
Well, that's all of the trivia I got.
Okay, well, it's time for a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you.
And listen, I got a Sunday paper.
And he's got a Sunday paper.
I
So.
got a
Wow.
first Sunday paper I've gotten since March.
Well, mark it down. He got a Sunday paper by Georgie, and we're going to talk about it.
And Ophelia brought it in.
Well, good. Thank you, Ophelia. Thank you for
She
giving
said,
him that
"Here's your
paper.
Sunday
The
paper."
newspaper people didn't bring it.
They
Is
didn't
that
bring
right?
it in, apparently. But all that's coming up, plus some Albertology, of course. That's all coming up
And
after.
some jokes.
Of course, some jokes. That's all coming up next, right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Stay tuned, folks.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to get on there and subscribe, as I said, and you can see all the original shows on there. I know one show I didn't mention earlier. It's hard to remember them all, but that Ashes to Art, is that what it's called?
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, that's a new show.
That's a
She
good one.
is flat good.
She's talented, yeah, a good artist.
Did you notice how
Karis, yeah.
how they speed it up?
Yeah,
Fast
I
forward
like how they do that.
But when the people are walking by, they're walking.
Yeah, yeah, Ashes to Beauty.
Did you see the horses that she's working on?
Yeah.
And the dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah,
The hairs on that dog.
I know it. Oh, there's somebody's phone. But we want to thank our sponsors, as always. Thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance, that Matt Massigel and his friendly staff, that's in South Pikeville by Putnam Reed Funeral Home. The Loom is still...
They're still there, but I think
Okay. They're going out of business. Sale is still going on.
I noticed somebody today went and bought flowers because there's a lot of decorations going on in
Oh
cemeteries.
yeah, so you can
So
still
she
go
sells
there.
a lot of flowers.
Nickel Row Antiques. If you haven't been here, check that out. You are really missing out. You need to come check out definitely our next door neighbor, Nickel Row Antiques. Miss Gail takes care of us really good here.
You can buy all the marbles you want.
You can, and then go over to Ember's Ice Cream Shop and get you some good ice cream and the best sweet tea that you'll ever drink. That's the best sweet tea in town. Morgan Brothers, and obviously the venue, and the Bankwalkers Brewery. Gibbs Pools,
Yeah.
State Farm Insurance, Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Go see them for all your insurance needs. Milldam Outdoor Adventures. You'll be seeing that place up close and personal in the coming weeks. We'll get to show that place off to you.
And we'll get to meet Tim and Michelle.
That's right. They'll be there for that. Looking forward to that episode. The Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday, Mr. Darrell.
Mr.
That's
Gibbs.
right here on WUAT Radio every Sunday morning. It's Lola's right here on Main Street. Collier and Company Realty. We've had Michelle on here a few times. Remax Realtor, Miss Cindy Nipper. Thank you, Cindy. Also, Dexter's Barbershop.
Yeah.
Butter Dish. The Butter Dish. We were just talking about them earlier. We're going to go check out. What was it we're going to check out again?
I'm going to go up there
green
Sunday.
tomato.
Fried green tomatoes. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know if that's an everyday thing. I just seen it this morning. I hope it's an everyday thing because I want to try it.
We're going to find out, aren't we? Lee Station Baptist Church and Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Papa, a lot going on in the wide world of sports.
Yes, there
lately.
is. Tomorrow, horse racing.
Oh, really?
The Belmont Stakes.
And this, where's this one going to be at? Is it
That's in
Maryland?
Baltimore, I think.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Maryland.
That's
You
what-
have the 3 legs, the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and the Preakness. That's the 3 legs
Yeah,
of
that's
the Triple
it.
Crown.
Now that one's in New York, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I watched the Paul Feinbaum show a couple of days this week.
It can be entertaining.
he is a guru in Tennessee lore.
He is.
He's an expert.
He is on SEC things too. Just anything.
Well, it's on the SEC. That's where he spends all of his time, I think.
It is.
But he has a call-in show.
Yeah, and,
And so-
it's funny when they call in.
And these
It is.
people, most of them were Tennessee fans,
Mm-hmm.
and they're Paul gives them a platform
He
that they
does.
can express themselves one way or the other about the way
Yeah.
Tennessee's playing.
He does. He lets them say whatever it is they need to say. That's
So
true.
this is what I gathered from some of the people that called in this week.
Oh, let's hear this.
Now, bear in mind the reason in back of some of what these people will say. The SEC is going to expand.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like thinking about
Texas
it.
and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
when they expand, and I
Mhm.
think it's in 24.
It's in 2 years. Yeah.
All right, when they expand, it's going to penalize all the teams that are presently in the SEC.
That's real fair.
In that, you'll only be allowed one rivalry that you have previously enjoyed.
Oh wow.
So bear that in mind. Let me.
Makes it even more of a stupid move.
All right, listen. Tennessee plays Vanderbilt every year. They play Georgia every year. They play Florida every year.
So they got to
play
pick now,
Auburn.
basically.
Well,
some
you
of
get,
them.
You get to keep one rivalry. So Alabama is one of the rivalries.
Yeah, but Vanderbilt is in state. I don't know if they'll do away with that either.
I would think that would be the one you'd keep. the
They'll keep
in-state
that
rival.
one. They will.
Anyway, one man tweeted, this was Wednesday, a good matchup for the Vols this coming season will be anywhere Lane Kiffin is.
Okay.
I like that. Another
That'd be Ole
said,
Miss.
another said, the Tennessee-Bama series must be maintained at all costs. Tennessee,
Yeah.
Alabama. Now I've got
This
this
is-
in here, just
Uh-huh.
I showed it. The Denver Broncos was sold to a group, and in that group was one of the Sam Walton heirs.
Really?
Bought the Denver Broncos. Carol and I went by the Mile High Stadium when they were building
Mhm.
it.
So that's pretty cool.
On Wednesday of this week, they started voting for the all-star positions in baseball.
That's crazy. Already.
Yeah.
Already.
All right,
That's crazy.
let me go back to this thing about the rivalry.
You should have just finished. You cracked me up.
Well, would you give up
Yeah.
playing Alabama every year with Alabama probably being ranked number 1 every time? This going to be
No.
it's going to be an issue.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, they can't give up all the rivalries because you got to play somebody, and they've got a lot of rivalries. But they're going to have to give up a few, obviously. I don't know. That's tough.
Somewhere the scheduling is going to have to include 2 new teams coming in.
I know.
And you've already got Texas A&M, and you've already got who else was it came on board?
Yeah, it was Texas A&M and Arkansas. But
Arkansas.
No, maybe. Yeah, it was Arkansas.
It was
Arkansas
Arkansas.
used to be in the Southwest Conference. I say leave well enough alone. This is a stupid move, and it's all about money.
Well,
You know it.
It's the truth.
To
That's just
me-
the truth.
why would you want to maintain the rivalry with Alabama? This is Albertology.
Yeah,
It's
keep it
pure-
with Vanderbilt.
You know that you're going to get your nose blooded every darn year.
Yeah, here lately anyway. Yeah.
Why would you want to maintain a rivalry with Alabama when it's not a rivalry anymore? It's about Alabama breeze for them.
Yeah. It may not be.
I
In a
think
few
a
years,
rivalry
though.
is more like Pikeville and Dunlap playing.
It is. And
Pikeville
Vanderbilt
win
is
one year and
in-state.
Alabama win one. I mean, Dunlap
Yeah.
win one year.
A rivalry is competitive.
It's competitive.
Absolutely.
Now, in the Paul Feinbaum show,
Mm-hmm.
one man tweeted, said, Tennessee is not ready to challenge the cream of the crop in the SEC.
They're not. They're getting there, though, but they're not yet.
Or he said this year we'll have a 9-3 record or an 8-4.
I could go with that. I can see that.
Okay, but do you think that General Robert Neyland would be satisfied with a 9-3
No.
record?
I think it shows how far we've fallen when we're satisfied with that.
That's sad.
It is.
That's sad.
I agree.
Tennessee won the regional in baseball.
Yeah, they're in the super regional.
They're in the
this
super
weekend.
regional. They beat Georgia Tech by scoring 6 runs in the ninth.
I know, boy, wasn't that something? I watched that. That was fun to watch.
Vitello was voted Coach of the Year.
Oh, he deserved it.
He deserved it.
He
He
sure
deserved
did. He did. They're number one, folks. If you've not watched Tennessee baseball, I recommend you give them a chance and watch it. It's never been a big thing because they've never been any good until last year. But they're even better this year. They are number one, and I think they have a great chance to win the national championship.
They won, what, 50 some odd ball games?
And they've not lost many at all.
They've only lost a couple.
I think it's 1 or 2 games is it. Yeah.
All right. The NBA, the finals continue tonight
Celtics.
between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors.
Celtics are up 2-1, baby.
2-1 due
Yeah.
to the fact that they moved back home for game number 3.
And they need to win tonight.
If they win tonight, that means that Golden State's got to win 3 in a row.
That's
You won't
right.
beat Boston 3 in a row.
I don't think so either. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Celtic fan. That's a tough task. I don't know if it can be done.
But then the next game after tonight will go back to Golden
Golden State.
then back to Boston. It's just
Yes.
one game.
Exactly. If Boston can win tonight, they have a super advantage after
They've
that.
got the home court
They've got a
advantage.
home court advantage, and that's everything.
But Golden State had the home court advantage, and Boston won out there. So
They sure did.
you
Game
cannot
1.
assume that every game will be
No.
won by the home team.
No, that's for sure. But let me tell you, Game 1, Papa, was a shootout. It was one of the most fun games I've watched in years. Both teams was hitting 3-pointers right, left, and sideways, man. They could not miss.
And you know what? Curry is covered up by 2 or 3 men every time he gets the ball.
I know.
And
And he
yet
can still do it.
He scored 31 points in that game
Yes.
the other night.
It's unreal what he can
And yet
do.
he's dishing off when he's covered up. He knows that man is
Yeah,
free.
exactly.
That guy's guarding him. All of a sudden, he left his man open.
Yeah, there's always somebody open because he
But as
gets so much attention.
as many points as he scores, yet he gives so many assists every game because he
Which
winds
makes him
up with the ball.
That makes him a complete player, if you ask me.
He is good.
He
He
is.
reminds me of Pistol Pete Maravich when he was in college. When
Yeah,
he
'cause he
crosses,
hit crazy
when he
shots.
crossed the center line, zing, it went.
That's crazy.
And his
That's
dad was
crazy.
the coach, so I'm sure his dad said, "Well, go fire it, son."
I would too if he could shoot that good.
Now Sunday, I got a newspaper for the first time since March.
Yeah, let's hear about this.
For the first time since March the 25th, I've been able to see where my Dodgers are. And I wore my Dodger shirt one day this week.
Oh, this is great.
My Dodgers, as of last Sunday, were in first place by 3.5 games.
Oh, so they're having another good
And
year.
that's in the West now.
Yeah.
In the Central Division,
How's the Braves?
those
doing?
Atlanta Braves were in second place,
That's right.
8.5 games out of first.
Oh, well, and okay. And the Braves won it last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you hear anything about the Dodgers are in talks about moving? I
No.
heard that somewhere. I maybe missed. I've
See,
probably
I don't get a
mistaken.
paper anymore.
Well, you would
I heard-
hear about that on ESPN or something though, Papa.
But they were just in talks. They were just
Yeah.
in. They were somebody talking to them, or I don't even know where I got that.
Well, the thing about it is, just
It'll be
like
all tore up.
that heir of Sam Walton decided to buy the Denver Broncos, you never know
Yeah, true.
when somebody's going to buy
You
your
got the money.
team.
You got the money. You know.
People have money.
Boy, wouldn't it be
But
cool for them to
Denver's
go
not
back to
getting
where they
moved.
come from, though?
He would probably
I mean,
like
wouldn't
that.
that be cool? I mean, that would
They
be
go back
cool.
to their original. Was it Brooklyn?
Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah.
Would that be cool though? I don't know. There's probably
Of
not
course
enough
it would
room in
be.
all of Brooklyn to build them a stadium.
No,
Probably
I'm sure
not.
now,
But of course
not
that
with
would be, iconic. It'd be great.
not with the crowds.
I don't know where I got that. I probably dreamed it. I
The
don't know.
thing about them when they were in Ebbets Field, you had the Yankees in New York, you had the Mets in New York,
Right.
you had the
I know,
Brooklyn
it's
Dodgers.
too much
With
a lot
three
of
teams, you divide up the people,
On that Saturday
so
night.
you're only going to get certain people to come
That's
to your
true.
games. They're not going to go to all three.
No, that's probably why they moved in the first
Probably
place.
reason to move.
Well, they moved in '89, I believe.
They
88 or
moved
89.
way before that. They had been in LA longer than that.
Really?
I was
Papa,
thinking like
you are a
the-
Dodger fan.
50s.
They moved in the 50s.
I was thinking the 50s.
Well, they won the series in 1955.
As Brooklyn. In LA, they won it in LA in 88.
Yeah, they won in LA in '88.
But they've been in LA for longer than that.
59 then maybe.
59 sounds right, yeah.
I became a Dodger fan in '47. There's a lot of water's gone under the bridge since '47.
Well, I can tell you, because you've told me before that it was 59.
I believe
it
it was
is in the
59.
50s when they moved to
That's
LA.
the first mistake I ever made.
Today.
That's all the sports. That's all the sports.
Well, now, I think you skipped some things. I saw some things on here. Well, I'll tell you about some things then that you skipped. First off, Rafael Nadal won the French Open
Yeah.
for the 14th time, which is just incredible. He has now 22 majors.
22
so
majors.
he's 2 ahead of Djokovic and Federer for the all-time majors. He's got 22. And then
And he won that handily.
he did, and he beat
That last
Djokovic in the
set-
quarterfinals.
He won that last set 6-0.
Oh yeah, really, Djokovic and Nadal should have been the final. We
Yeah, that
talked
should have
about
been the
that.
time.
They played in the quarterfinals, and it was a great match, by the way, that Nadal
Oh man,
won.
alive. That was tennis. Beautiful.
It was.
Beautiful,
That should have been the final. And then I'm not sure. Iga Swiatek, I think's how you say her name. She won
She
the
won the
women's.
women's.
She's from Poland. She's young, but she's going to be
She's-
good.
she's gonna be around a
good.
while.
Yeah,
She's gonna be around.
very
a while.
Some
good.
crazy stuff going on in the PGA too, huh? Those guys getting.
Are they?
Yeah, they 13
Yeah.
or 14 of them got canned by the
Did they?
Golf Pro Association for playing golf in Europe somewhere or something.
Really?
Well, I think it's over there in the Middle East.
Middle East somewhere, yeah.
And some of the players have jumped ship.
They
And they've
off
left the PGA and they've gone to play over
15
there.
or 16 of them. They got.
Wow.
I think PGA actually like throwed them off of their.
Wow.
You didn't hear about that? That's just happened like yesterday, I think.
No, Mr. Golf apparently didn't hear about it.
And
either.
the reason they said that was because the reason they left was because it was almost double the money
Oh,
to go to this other.
that figures. That
And
figures.
it was some pretty big ones too. They were.
I'm sure
some
there's
of
a
the,
lot of oil money over there in the Middle East.
Of
Oh,
course
yeah.
there is. Of course, but
and
I
say
did
Dubai,
not. I
over
did
in
not.
Dubai or somewhere. Or,
Dubai, yeah, I'm
Dubai.
sure.
Ooh.
I did not know that. We'll have to look
that
into
just happened
that.
yesterday, I think.
That's big.
I just didn't. But I'm not getting a paper.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you'll see about it. Well, I'll look it up for you as I teach you how to use a computer.
Good luck. Good luck.
You're good.
We'll both go on.
Good.
We'll both go on strike, won't we?
I teach them both.
All right, ready for Aberology?
I'm ready for a good old
Never touch
Aberology.
I bet you number one, never touch anything with a computer screen.
It should
That's
be.
number
It
one
should be
ology.
on there.
These are from Mom.
From Mom.
You can't identify with this, but Daryl and his mom and my mom, I can identify with some of these sayings. Listen.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay. So, but all I'm saying is, it's about moms. Apparently,
It's about
Moms in general.
Is it jokes or is
It's
it?
jokes.
You
No,
okay.
no. These are just sayings and things that Mom would say.
Okay. Well, you got
Get down from there before you break your neck. No.
You got to clarify that to people.
Mom says, in reference to logic, she says, if you fall off that swing and break your neck, you can't go to the store with me.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it'd be something.
You're
like
right. My mom never told me that.
The wisdom of
I'd have been
age.
like, well, go on to the store.
My pastor says that I'm wise in front of these men from jail. I'm not wise. I'm old.
that. He's begot some wisdom.
He's just too humble
People
to admit
think
it.
they have the misconception that because you're old, you're wise. It's
Some
not.
people are old and wise.
Some people are, but not necessarily Albert.
If you
Well,
say you're wise, you're probably not, too.
yeah, true. That's a good point.
Mom says, when you get to be my age, you will understand
Ooh, yeah, okay.
justice. This is what Mom thinks about justice. One day you will have kids, and I hope they turn out just like you.
Yeah.
And that really happens, and
I've heard
grandkids.
that one, yeah.
And in anticipation, she says, just wait until your father gets home. I've been told that when I was
Me
a
too.
kid.
Most of the time, Mama would go right to it, but if there was something going on, and she thought she might get too mad,
Mother would go out there and break the switch. She could reach the walnut tree from the steps. She could break off a limb. Things your mom would never say. Yeah, I used to cut classes too.
No.
no.
My mom would never say, go ahead and keep that stray dog. I'll feed him every day. I'll be glad to walk him all the time. Just don't
No.
keep that stray dog. My mom would never say, that outfit isn't sexy enough. Let's unbutton your top blouse.
oh man.
Mom would never say, why don't you hitchhike? It'd be cheaper. These could be jokes, couldn't
They really could be. I could just see me telling my kid, go
Mom would
hitchhike,
never-
that's completely safe.
they? My mom would never say, the curfew is just a general time to shoot for.
Yes.
It's not like I'm running a prison around here. Mom would never say, don't clean your room. It makes the rest of the house look messy.
Yeah, I never heard that one, that's for sure.
And there's the last one. No, you don't have to call me. I'll eventually figure out you're not in trouble, or you are in trouble.
Yeah. And you're told you'll know what that's like one day too.
Now these
But
are
now the hitchhiking thing though, in all seriousness, used to you could hitchhike and it was safe.
It was a way. Listen,
I wouldn't tell my kid now to do it, but back, how long ago was it safe? About 30, 40 years?
well, when I was courting Carolyn, I hitchhiked down to Lust many times.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody thought a thing about it,
No.
did
I hitchhiked from Nashville to Florida several times.
they? Really?
Really?
Back in the 80s, I guess.
But
It
you
just
spent
showed-
some time
It
on
was
the
just so
road.
fun. Oh yeah.
It just shows you how much it's changed. It's just
And
crazy.
you wouldn't think nothing about it,
And nowadays it's
And it was
very
crazy people
dangerous.
then. There was just
Yeah.
crazy.
This must not have been as
Now they're
bad.
just on
Not as
Facebook and
many.
YouTube and
Not
telling
as
everybody
many.
about it.
True.
Okay, for every minute you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good saying.
Now these are Yogi Berra quotes.
Are they? Oh, ain't no telling.
Always go to other people's funerals. Otherwise, they won't go to yours.
Good
Makes
good
sense.
point, Yogi.
Baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical.
You think so? Do you agree with that?
90% is mental.
Mhm.
The other 50%
Oh, okay.
is physical. We made too many wrong mistakes.
That sounds like Yogi Berra's sayings. He's
You
crazy.
can observe a lot just by watching.
Oh, that's true. No, that one's true.
I usually take a 2-hour nap from 1 to 4.
Yeah. Boy,
What
I feel
is
terrible.
this
if I
This
do
is
that.
the last one that Yogi said. It gets late early out here.
What?
It gets late early.
He's crazy, isn't he? Just some of the things that he said were just absolutely crazy.
Now, I cut this out of a magazine that the telephone company puts out.
And-
Tennessee is 7th in the United States in production of hay.
Okay, I can believe that. Yeah.
1.7 million acres of hay were harvested in the state of Tennessee in 2020.
It's a lot.
More than 4.1 million tons of hay were reaped that fall.
Goodness.
That means a lot of cattle here, is what I would say. What
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
think?
We're high in cattle production,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but we sell hay to other states.
I do. Yeah,
Other states have
especially
run
at that
into
rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
hay bales are in the small square bales, and when I was a boy, those as heavy as they were, I would go to
Mhm.
farms where they would be gathering hay, and I would
Mm-hmm.
help
Me-
lift
me
those
too.
things up on the
Yeah,
truck.
they're not light, that's for sure.
And your large round bales are usually in 4 to 6 foot rolls.
Mhm.
Can you picture somebody picking one of those up? The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, exactly.
The cash receipts for Tennessee in hay production in 2020,
Mhm.
$153 million.
Dang.
$153
A
million.
lot of money in hay bales. I've jumped hay bales before too. That can be pretty fun too.
Now listen to this.
Listen to this.
Think
I'm
of the
listening.
figure 10%. 10%. I want you to think of that.
10%.
That's how much blood flow to your brain can increase when you engage with a piece of art. Just looking at that picture that I drew
Mm-hmm.
should have increased the blood flow to your brain by 10%. Or when you look at someone you love,
Oh.
feed your brain.
Yeah. I like that.
106 degrees. Think of that.
Well, I'm
That's the
sweating
average-
thinking of it.
That's the average temperature year-round in Fairbanks, Alaska. Fairbanks, Alaska.
Now, there's got to be a catch to
There's
that.
a hot springs there.
Okay.
And in August,
I knew better than
in
that.
August, if you're in Fairbanks, Alaska, you get to see the aurora borealis. It will be shown in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Really? I would love to go to Alaska, Papa, to see the northern lights.
There is a hot springs in Dolores, Colorado.
Is there? I didn't know that.
And there is one in Monroe, Utah.
Oh,
They
there's
have the
one in
mist-
Arkansas too, aren't they?
They didn't give one in
Oh, okay.
Colorado and Utah and Alaska.
Okay.
Now, Tennessee makes the scene. 80, think of 80 and 90.
80 and 90.
That's the average temperature in Tennessee in the caverns in Pelham, Tennessee.
Really?
Pelham is just outside, it's in Grundy County. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It was recently voted the best southern concert venue. That's,
Wow.
they have a theater underground,
Yeah.
and the setting is for the PBS television series Bluegrass Underground.
Okay.
And I did not realize, but it has a picture of the underground.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
That is nice too.
And that's in Pelham. Yeah, Pelham is in Grundy County.
Grundy County.
Is that Bluegrass Underground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
You've been there.
I've done a
Oh,
TV
you've been
show
there.
there. Yeah.
I was wondering when you was going to chime in there.
I was sitting here looking for a video that I want to show y'all after the show's over with of
I knew.
Ethan Ethan on BTC farming on a tractor. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
Papa
It's a
hadn't
good
seen
one.
it.
No. All right, I'm ready for jokes now.
Well, I'm always ready for some good jokes, Papa.
A mother posted on Facebook, "Thank you, God, for giving me these two precious boys. Now can you please tell me what to do with them?"
Not so precious no more.
Now remember, he's 4 years old. A 4-year-old boy came home from kindergarten.
Okay.
And his mother said, "Well, son, what did you do? How did you do today?" He said, "I can't write. I'm 4 years old. I can't read, and they won't let me talk." That's bad.
That is bad.
I can't read and I can't talk. I mean, I can't read and I can't write, and they won't let me talk.
Yeah. What a bummer.
4 famous men plus one. Listen to these 4 famous men. Galileo, great mind.
Okay.
Einstein, genius mind.
Right.
Newton, extraordinary mind. Bill Gates, brilliant mind. Me, never mind.
I like it. That's good.
The Apostle Paul said that he was taught at the feet of Gamaliel in the Bible. And as smart as Paul is, he wrote half the New Testament. Paul said, "I'm a Pharisee of the Pharisees." But he studied at the feet of Gamaliel. I don't know anything about Gamaliel. It's the only time he's mentioned in the Bible. But evidently he was a great teacher.
Must have been.
We spend...
Wait a minute, that wasn't a joke though, was it?
No, that's just Albertology.
Well, see, you got to tell me when you do that. Mr.
I'm sorry.
Albertology.
That's the first mistake I ever made.
It's the second one in about 30 minutes, isn't it, Darryl?
We spend...
I was counting 3. But, I'm just teasing.
Now, is this a saying or a joke coming up?
I'm back to jokes. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
We spend... When I'm talking on here, just like that episode that I mentioned, Warner Cagle and her daughter, I hadn't planned on talking about either one of them, and I got a phone call about it.
I remember that.
We spend the first 12 months of our children's lives teaching them to walk and talk.
Right.
For the next 12, we tell them to sit down and shut up.
Yeah. That's a good one, too. So true.
Now, I said this in Sunday school class several weeks ago.
Did you?
I brought pencil and paper to the Sunday school class, and I said to we had about 20 people in Sunday school class that Sunday. I said, "Well, I want each one of you to come up here and get a pencil and a piece of paper.
Okay.
I want you to write down 3 words that I'm going to tell you." And the 3 words I gave them were mother, home, and heaven.
Okay, so this is a saying.
Well, it has to do with what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They did, and I did not elaborate. I just I said, "I want you to write these 3 words down," and they did.
Okay.
The next day, I got a phone call from one of the members of my Sunday school class. And she said, "Albert, why did you have me to write down mother, home, and heaven?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I felt led to ask y'all to write down those 3 words because they're precious to me." The word mother means a lot
They
to
are.
me.
They
I said,
are.
I remember when I was a kid, the first thing I said when I opened the door when I got home from school was, "Mom."
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mama.
Yep.
I said, and the word home is a place
Very
of
important.
safety.
Yes.
And I said, heaven is where everybody wants to go.
Yes, absolutely. The home of all homes.
2 weeks later, in Sunday school, that woman that called me said, "I would like to say something to the Sunday school class."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, go right ahead, Sonny."
Is that her name?
Sonny and Brent. Sonny, I said, go ahead,
Call
Sonny.
you out.
Here's what
Sonny's
she said. She had brought up her mother's name for prayer 3 weeks prior.
Okay.
She said, I want y'all to know, last week, my mother went home to heaven.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's good, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Talking
That-
about getting my attention.
Well, yeah, that's a
The
beautiful
sweetest
story.
sounds to mortals given are heard in the words, Mother, home in heaven.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's
good.
probably, yeah.
Now I'm back to jokes now.
He's all over the place today.
I've got a good mother joke.
We go
No.
from laughing to crying to
Here's the dictionary of parents.
Okay. All right, let's hear it.
Grandparents. The people who think your children are wonderful,
Yeah.
even though they're sure you're not raising them the way they want them to be raised. In a parent's dictionary, a show-off is any child that's more talented than yours. Now listen to this. In a parent's dictionary, the word sterilize. It's what you do with the first baby's pacifier when you pick it up off the floor. You sterilize it in hot water.
Yeah.
Then your last baby, you pick that pacifier up off the floor and wipe it off
Just wipe it off.
and stick it in their mouth.
The ones that get me is where they wipe it off, put it in their mouth, and
Yeah.
then give it back to the baby. Sorry, I didn't mean to picture there. That was a pretty bad picture.
A parent's dictionary, the word independent. How we want our children to be as long as they do everything we say.
They're not going to.
In the parent's dictionary, the full name for your child is what you call them when they've done something wrong.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
That's the truth.
Yes, that's the truth.
I can remember hearing that. Feedback is the inevitable result when the baby doesn't appreciate the strained carrots you put in their mouth.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Feedback. See, I thought that was your middle name there at first, because that's where you went. Albert Feedback Robertson.
Working in the hospital,
Dolly Parton.
I'm not telling Dolly Parton.
Oh, well, I saw a picture of Dolly Parton, folks.
Well, Dolly Parton says if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain.
Oh, I like that.
That's true.
I like that.
But here's the joke that I got off this page. Working in the hospital teaches you that there are only two kinds of people in the world, the sick and the not sick. If you're not sick, shut up and help.
Dolly spent $100,000 on brand new flowers for her festival this year for spring.
I heard that, yeah.
Wow.
$1,000. That's
I'm
a little bit
not-
of money for flowers, ain't it?
That's a lot
She
of
put a lot of
trees.
money back into Gatlinburg to help
It
those
just
people.
in general,
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Little
If it hadn't
She
been for
just-
her and the fire thing, I don't know if they'd have made it. There'd have
I
been a lot of
don't either.
businesses that wouldn't have made
I
it.
don't either.
She
But
helped
she
to
gave
get
them a
them
lot
back
of
on
money.
their feet.
She
She
did.
sure did.
Little Davy accompanied his dad to the toy store one Christmas season and was
Okay.
surprised when his dad spied a train set going around the track on display. And that dad said quickly, "I'll take it," right in front of little Davy.
Oh,
He made no effort to make the gift a surprise. And the sales clerk said, "That's terrific. I'm sure your son will really like it." The dad said, "Maybe you're right. Better give me two."
I like train sets too.
I had a feeling that's why he was saying that.
Now these two military brats are talking.
Okay.
The Army brat says to the Navy brat, boasting, he says, "My dad's an engineer. He can do everything, anything. Do you know the Alps?" The Navy brat said, "Yes. Well, my dad built them. The little Navy boy said, well, do you know the Dead Sea? He said, yeah. My dad killed it.
Wow.
Oh, man. One more joke, Papa. You got another joke?
Well, I was going to tell you about the three sisters again, but
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll end it on that one. Yes. I love this joke. Love it.
well, what I've done, I went back and got these jokes out of the old
I'm
files.
so glad you did.
Daryl told me to.
I love this one.
Three old sisters, 92, 94, 96, lived together. And one day, the oldest, 96 years old, is upstairs taking a bath.
Mm-hmm.
So she puts one foot in the water,
Mm-hmm.
paused, and then called back downstairs and said, am I taking a bath or am I getting out? The middle sister started up the stairs to help, and then she paused and said, was I going up the stairs or coming down? The youngest sister, 92, sitting at the kitchen table,
Yeah.
having tea, said, well, I guess I'll have to go help.
Right.
I hope I never get that forgetful. And she knocked on wood.
Yeah.
She got up and then was going up the steps, and she paused and said, wait a minute, let me go to the door and tell you that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I love that one.
Let me tell one more.
Okay.
These two people, elderly, about like Albert, live in this trailer park, a man and a woman.
All right.
He's seen her a few times going to the mailbox to get her mail, but he's never spoken to her.
Oh.
The man that owns the trailer park decides to pitch a meal for all the residents of his trailer park. They had a community building where everybody got together to do things.
Right.
So he
yeah.
pitched a big catered meal for all the people that live there. So this man goes, this woman goes, and as luck would have it,
Uh-huh.
they sit across the table from each other.
Uh-oh.
So he's face to face with this woman that he's seen a few times,
But never talked to her.
and he's looking at her, and he likes what he sees.
Right.
And he observes her for several minutes, and finally he blurts out, would you marry me?
God.
After 6 short seconds of deliberation, she said, yes, I will.
What the heck?
So they have their meal. He goes to his trailer. She goes to her trailer. He goes to sleep. She goes to sleep. The next morning, he wakes up. He remembers he asked her if she would marry him, but he cannot remember what she said. He does not know if she said yes or no, and it bothers him because he asked her to marry him.
After just meeting her.
So he looks up her name and calls her,
Mm-hmm.
and he chit-chats with her for a few minutes about the last night, and he said, by the way, at my age I'm getting a little forgetful, but do you remember last night I asked you to marry me? She said yes. He said, I can't remember if you said yes or no. She said, I said, yes, I will. And I'm so glad you called. I couldn't remember who I told her yes to.
Wow.
They're both forgetful. So if I can find me a woman that'll tell me yes, I won't remember her, she won't remember me.
That's good.
That was a good one. Those were good, Papa. Well, you've been on a roll lately. I have to say it. Last few months he has that new Daryl.
He really has.
Well, thanks for joining us this week, folks. We'll be back next week with an all-new edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time. So long, folks.
See you later.
Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.